So you're getting started with the Soapbox Engage donations app, and you're wondering, what can I do for my very first donation page? What this tutorial is going to do is to show you how to customize the existing donations page that comes out of the box with Soapbox Engage when you first get started. So this is really not a full detailed tour of everything you can do with the donations app, but instead just focused on customizing your very first donations page. After you log into the Soapbox Engage administrator, you come to the control panel, and on the control panel you see the menu of different apps. This is all the apps. You might have just one or other. On this donation page's control panel module here, you'll see there's a customize URL, a view, and an edit button. What we're going to do is click on the edit button and take us into the editing mode for this first donations page that comes out of the box with Soapbox Engage. So again, we're just going to focus on just the key things that I think are going to be important for you to customizing your first donation page. And there's a lot of other customizations you can do, but let's keep it simple to get you started. On the Basics tab under Details, you can go ahead and customize the title of your donation page to be something other than my first donation page. You can customize the URL. This is going to be the web address that somebody's going to go to when they come to your donation page. I'd recommend, of course, having this page published, setting the test transactions to be yes, so these aren't actual transactions processing credit cards. And then to be able to set the form layout if you want this to be in a 1-column or 2-column format. To start, we just recommend keeping it for 1 column. A little further down below the page is the page intro. This is the information that's going to show at the top of your donation page. So right now we've just got some text. You can feel free to customize that. You can highlight any of the text you wish and do things like linking it, bolding, italicizing, underlining, all that fun stuff. You can even insert in some images if you wish. There's a little insert image button here that you can do that. And a little further down the page is the page outro, kind of the footer. So what do you want to say about yourself? So this is a key kind of call to action and overview information there for your donation page. If we go to the Contact tab, to start with, I recommend leaving these fields as they are. These are just collecting the information about the person who's making the donation, not the billing information, but the person who's going to be contributing the donation themselves. So the name field and the email address fields are set to be required and shown. And for now, you can show these other fields if you wish, but I'd recommend just leaving them set at hidden. And some other options here like anonymous donations, but we'll skip that for now. On the right-hand side is information for custom fields in case you want to add custom questions or text. You can go ahead and insert in information here, but again, for now, I think just skipping that would be wise. On the Payments tab, this is where you're able to go ahead and determine if you want to be able to have one-time or recurring donations, as well as what types of billing information you want to collect for the payment. So I'd recommend keeping it set to the frequency amount options to be whatever is currently selected, so it'll show you only the different options for what somebody's selected as to a one-time or a recurring donation. And then you can set the selector, where should it be before or after those donation options. I just recommend leaving it for the after for now. Down below here's where you can set up the one-time payments, the actual predefined amounts. And here's where I'd recommend adding a few values. If you don't have any right now, maybe add a $10 value, $30 value, I don't know, maybe a $50 value here. Setting the orientation to horizontal and showing a custom amount field. I would just leave those as is. And then for the recurring payments, I'd probably do the same thing. In this case, I would say let's show the recurring donations. And let's set some recurring donation amounts like 5, 10, oops, I put 20. How about 20 and 50? And the same thing, a horizontal setting. There's dedication information here. Let's just skip that for now, but you know that this is an area where you can go ahead and do in honor of or in memory of donation options. And then we'd recommend leaving major credit cards set as shown, and then leaving the information for the PayPal button to be using the global configuration. That is, what's the default that you want. And for now, we're just going to leave that off. Under the Messages tab, this is where you're configuring who's going to be receiving confirmation emails, so the donor as kind of a receiving or a thank you response. I'd go ahead and change the from email name. This is the friendly name that somebody sees when they read their email, to be the name of your organization. And then for the email address, go ahead and change that to be maybe your own email address. And if you need to CC or BCC somebody else, you can do that as well. And then enter in a subject and body text that makes sense for you. And then a little further down below, after somebody makes a donation, we want to take them to a thank you page. I'd go ahead and customize the text for the thank you page title, and then the text for the actual body of it. And again, you can choose words, and I bold, italicize, underline them, as well as linking it to maybe a call to action on your social media pages, as well as being able to insert or edit an image. Finally, if you want to go ahead and have this integrated directly with your Salesforce account, and you've entered in your Salesforce credentials already for Soapbox Engage, you can go ahead and turn on or set for global default the Soapbox Integration option. And for now, leave the donors choose campaign to be no for now. And then here is where you're able to select which campaign in Salesforce you wish to use. If you click the select button, it'll be able to go ahead and show you all the different campaigns you have in your Salesforce instance. So you can go ahead and choose the campaign that you want it to be related to, and then click the select button. After you've done all those changes, you can just hit the save button here, and your form has been saved and you've created your first donation page. And of course, to check your first donation page to see what it looks like, you can go ahead and click on the view icon here, the view button, and that will take you to view the donation page so you can see what it looks like.